Pramo ato abusan fremo mu nyina aha UTV so enie omayimu ene amahodro so nsam ayensa kane aboabo no eno na adru so ayede bramo efri abeka junction ewo enkrakropo mu na this way chocolate drink aso do hia ene enso special ice ene so enso mu ode ene mu ayakrogen ena afa special drinks ene so bugu ahodro do pebia no wo mbenyi bi ede amaw sa enwumako ene aboafo enkae na aka bom aso yasne ayede awie from to beka sebo no bramo sanso ena DSTV channel 260 kasebo no ye twa egusuo na de ebedi emu akotini bi enie aturanche kasia esi ye ewo eye Turkey eni Syria men nam so enipa pempem afamu ahwe wonom enkwa ye nua be ma Christinachu ono so eka woni e afimu eho no enra ena eja abewa ipuma kwan mu ema na mu no ebedru ye nam so omampanya be de kire gina Ghana panyifo na mu eje emu no Sanso ena Ghana aban mu mpanyifo ene sports administrators woni agedini anapo akwadare yie ewa gudie emu no wamso ko eye airport wonu bi mekowi ase ne samtrofo kwatwetwe nkombo edefa Christian Achu asesi ayekasa yi wonka atiasefo pu bi emu no eho NDC fo eguso ede so aban nim se empanyifo a wonum ewo aban emu no edoso aba aban hwe na wonte so se de beya enema bekoye ewo mem ne esikasam so betumi agya ne nan eso senior high school placement no enyenim se abatande do no a eduso tempentin kwa ewo placement centers ahodo ewo omayi mantam ahodo no emoniti ye ne yesam trofo betwetwe nkomo ede afa ho abusafo wei ene ensembia ebi account na edisie na edihye ene aso no so krogia ye de ebramo ewo UTV so ewo enkran abeka junction Midday ede afia edutumwa mosa me ene awie pram to beka se bono Midday ebramo afei yehwe emunsam ankasa Aturancham kasia asie ewo Turkey ene Syria emenam so enipa pempem afamu ahwe wo nkwan ebim eprepra na ebinim so yehu baabi krampa wonom ehye ewo asase na asie no yenyina enim se ebeto odwa no nampo esiye no na yen Ghana yen footballer ba kwa wogidi ewo memu ene amanhodo so wa gudie mu Christian Achu na yade a woka ho ebie na ebeto odwa mpo se yehu no nanso ekowi asie no hospital be na oda obi antumi nche na chese yehu no eme no so ye ne gie no etekoye na anu na ebeto odwa se yehu no na emom yehu no no sabi na mu ene ekohu ye nam so eme dane ni suo bina boni ye odie de ma Ghanafo ene amahodo so fo na chese enya asam keto akra na enro ena abrewa eyipuma kwama mpanyimfo keka ne masi animu no wode na emu no ebedru omaimu enam so ema Ghana mpanyimfo twotwo wuro woni akasa mpra na epru ena afen so eye Ghanafo binum ebotwi ekwagu kutoka international airport a wonum ekohia emu no kama na no ena omampanyi abedi che Dr. Mahamadu Baumia ejina Ghana man anemu kasaye ni semu no de tu dwase aban empanyifo ebehwe ama Christian Achu ya pene krabre kama pa wogina so ema abusua ene Ghana man nyina da yako.
It is a very sad day that we are here to receive the mortal remains of our brother, our son, our husband, our uncle. The tragedy that occurred in Turkey about a week ago is one that was devastating, and we anxiously and nervously prayed that our brother Christian Achu would be found alive. We hoped against hope. Every day that passed, we prayed and prayed. But alas, when he was found, he was no more. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the President and the government to extend our sincere condolences to the Kwasam family. Achu's twin sister and his brother accompanied him from Turkey home. I'd like to extend my condolences to all of them and their entire family for this deep loss. I'd also like to extend my condolences to the footballing fraternity. Achu played for the Black Stars, and he was much loved, and we will sorely miss him. It is a painful loss, a very painful one. But as the good Lord says in the good book, that from him we came, and to him shall we return. We pray that the soul of Christian Achu rests in perfect peace in the bosom of the Lord. Thank you very much. And I would like to say that the state will be fully involved with the family in providing him a befitting burial.
Wakotoka International Airport wanum no abampanyufo ene sports administrators ni bi ene ensamtwafo twetwe nkomo ema wo ebinum ekasa ye edefa sede wonum esinim atru ene emoa wonum ede aboa ne pen.
As the Vice President mentioned, once the family makes a decision on when they would want his mortal remains buried, the state will be available to assist the family accordingly. So at this stage, it's early days. Yet I think we have to support the family as much as we can through this very, very difficult period. And when that decision is made, the state will also have clarity on what it can do to be part of this.
GFA, the government, and the family, are witness in the SC Ewaha. And Sanya, your Vice President, our ma'am, or representing Nanado, and your my morning in Nano, SCNSA. Christian Achu, your man of befitted state barrier. And no na yeshe because oyobia sabika fache omagana fonia je papa any time be be friend no say obesia kan magana no opportunity no baso a oyire ne ho na waji enyonyam ni abasobo 2015 yakobo afcon ewo Equatorial Guinea and enyonyam ojima Ghana no Ghana rain finida football association rain finida. I believe you say, Yina Yanya say, Imunu Yahu, na Yameboa, and 24, but Sieja, na Mama ye data, Yadebeyana ye, and the Yina Yache.
Take the opportunity once again to send our condolences to the wife and the children and then the family. We know it's a big loss to them. And so we have to continue. I must thank Ghanaians for the prayers, and like His Excellency said, we've prayed and prayed, but I think we will have to continue to pray for the family, and then together we have to join hands with the family and then with government and ensure that we send our brother home befittingly.
Player who has played for our national team for so many years, and he will be a mentor to other players coming. But at this end, we have no other thing but to say, well, may he rest in peace, rest in the bosom of the Lord. That's all we can say about Christian Achu. He's a good player. He has lived a life.
I was for you to work as a bono so you didn't can abo amanela that says school placements no e yade aba na aba tani ahwe 42 no a e na wonom ehwe se bia ye de wo ma eto ye no wo mu ani anje ho obi okrampa ye computer no amplesi ne ba no e wo ba bia nam so ama aba tan binom wonom akwakobotwi ene dompem ewo school placement center honom ewo mantam ahodo no emu eno nti yenkwa ahoma no so ne ensem twani Alhassan Rashid edwetwe nkomo emfa hono obekasa ede afri atifi mantam Alhassan so atemenka ma hen
mejo so oba na ete sen
boko na nso
bia boko
to akase ebo no so ma ye
yo Midday over northern region Tamale specifically Midday Echo Ghana Senior High School. I was Tamale. I am a friend of Ghana School. Na me call no mene our headmaster. Sa school ekasai. No or chair me say about 1,360 students and omunya placement omu school no enti omu going through the process omu make sure say obia benya admission school no na the other two enim say most of the times the parents now omu pentem say ombenya placement the ama omu mind lay down procedure now omu do to say omu follow no na ya parents be say omu jump sa queue no na me decide say abane notice say ana abane we say nkofi bi aba omo anya admission school no na omo anya placement school omo ya margin say omo be school no say ano etimi si but currently or kase ebi anya see o school but ojidi pa say nkofi be brave ba na nkofi be ba because obi wa 15-year-old child and a girl child no de na ko school bi ewo first kintampo na oni obi a wo ho omo sam place no say on year day student enti so normally omo nya sa scenario na parents need to ba school no etime be bisa admission ama omo na me free Ghana secondary school me de me ni Vitin technical secondary school na me ko ho no headmaster no me say omo expect 900 students on the pursue various courses from technical to agric and visual arts and almost expect to say students no and be there on the place now some I could do on me who say almost the almost notice board almost place notice at the two on as a number of students are almost about now no more cultural parents are almost share admission ama almost back on say omo say omudin wo honoma na omudin wo honoma so that ombe proceed are going through the process now me free Vitin technical secondary school me the many trade double technical institute now honoma me ko no me ne vice assistant headmaster ekasai no o me say omo expected 700 new students ombe ba double technical institute so no ombe courses such as welding, electrical, building construction, and technical courses are and current information what Tamalia me call and three schools no Ghana Senior High School, Vitin Senior Technical School, and Dabupa Technical Institute. And me call and pay.
Mo ene wa manebo ebusuafo ye nsem choni Alhassan Rashid amanebo eno de akogoni yeto akase bono so na yakọ ensem foforo emu Maputo protocol eye nhyehyeye bia na mpo emre bia ebebo Ghana ema ene enkoda ho ban na nya Ghana nko a ebibiba nyina da enkoda ne emu ema ewom ne samre ebebo wonom eho ban ebinom edi nkan agiatum ahya asempo eye adwuma no sese enya ntie se ebibima makomako edumiensa 13 African countries ena omo de omunya engine tum ne no ena na adodankwa akufado ede ato saa mani nyina anim se omo keka omo ho na wonom engine tum ne hya se enya adwuma se de be ya ema ene nkoda ye hu betumi atoye.
For governments, we must lead by example by indigitizing payments to give women and youth the first chance to obtain accounts with which to access finance. We also need to ensure an enabling regulatory and legislative environment, and we must promote innovation and avoid discrimination. I commend the initiatives that respond to these elements, and I call on us all here present to engage with the AU's Women and Youth Financial and Economic Initiative, the Ending Violence Against Women and Youth campaigns, the Dakar and Kinshasa declarations calling for the condemnation of all forms of discrimination and violence against women and girls, and commitment to ensure that the necessary policies and measures are put in place by member states to address any form of impunity. Excellencies, this event should afford all of us the opportunity to share ideas and create a platform for deliberation on the development of solutions for promoting the Gender and Development Initiative. Its outcome should be able to help define concrete strategies to imbibe in us the values of positive masculinity. It is time for action, so let us demonstrate our commitment to this noble cause through the ratification and implementation of the most progressive women's rights instruments in the world, the Maputo Protocol on the Rights of Women. I call on the remaining member states who are yet to ratify the Maputo Protocol to do so and submit their instruments of ratification to the AU Commission as soon as possible. Let us remind ourselves that discrimination and inequality have unbearable burdens and costs on our economies, societies, and the development of the African continent. We should stand together to create a bold, visible force for gender equality, saying no to acts and threats of violence against women and girls.
Awusanfo yegusua ewo school placements no eho enkomodidie mu enunti yebekokofo dua na ne yesem twani Ebeneza aye atwetwen komo ede afa honi ahwese ho nso abata no akwakogu center ho no mana Ebeneza otimi nkan from tubreka sebosu ni ma hen
yo mini abia mi jewosu
boko de
nyame adom na onse
boko pa de koso kofo dua ho no twa ho foni kire
yo mini abia fi se wo fi ase wo ma mo pray baby eye placement computer de won to no na eho be hia se apue man tem hanso ye ba asoe ne behwete eho asem te den ana nti anope ya me bo pini won wo office ho no na enya agori na mo pray ne won awofu akogu ho bibiri a enya asem ketewa na bra yechu ben awofu yi bia ye no won twetwe nkomo no na obu wo ho a enye se ne ba na enya the banana school na mu chiremu a be school no won kuru a won wo bi so no na che emu twen a eni ntumi enko ho ana se wontumi hwa abofra no na abofra no so bu ho a kuru na wode na kwato so no ngata ama ni dey oni be bi obetena na se woko hai dan de mano a sika enso ni bie nti won aba se wo ba behwe se bi a obetumi ape school poporo e de amano e bi a popori bia ha wo then ebe ya obetumi afifie apotu obi nso wo ho na asem ne se ne babo ne ho moden na school a wode man no the school no wamfa mu bia na obu a ne nam fokore mpo a one won twro so hwe ne ade obo ne ho moden kura se ne nam fo no wo mu manya school papa na be bia wo mani nyae no na enye school a wo pe nti won so on aba se wo ba behwe se wo betumi e de won ato be papa iti enu echi na yechu ben eye Ghana Education Service won katama for afue mantem ha eye ononyamfo Emmanuel Asiedu atiampon na yeko bisa ni de den na ko na se na awofo ni bire kani na o se prempren de ebinom wo ho a machine na mfa won kura on anya baabi saafo no wore hwe se wo bepetuku ama wo na mmom ansa na wo betumi apetuku no ama wo no won a computer na afa wo no wo momode ha se wo gina beko na won anya no na se wo ko wi a no one headmaster ko na wo ho no akasa ahwe se ebia school we nipa he na aka ansa na wo school ayema na se wo ye ne se wi a ansa na won aka no won so won ahu school da wo beche won agumu nti prempren ya me na wo kan yide wore ma won number bi a wo begina so de ahwe bre a ese wo ba ne ade behwe na won ama won school placement no nti ye kwa ne de ta na te na mu ma wo ko ne de won bujo ne ekoso no wo kwa like bia kasa fe ne a wo fe ba ne nyina mu no wo kusu ya wo ne won kasa amon apiase adwuma a wore ye no se na be ya bia ba betumi anya school akọ na mu won ahye bo se mo fra on avi school ne de wo nyina benya su akọ yi wini abia
yo aye enyambia ye busama ye se akoda bi eyi be se 39 na yam place no baabia na ye so nya self placement a ufi se 39 no ko school bi mu aye beje no
bacho ye bisa sa asem no na papa ni bi ebinom mo krambo wo a onanya 41 onanya school mu kwan
okay
nti obu wo ha na wa nya school ne de eye information bi na bia e bai e na system no e na antumi anya adwuma ye na akoba ne saa ɛno di obi ya benya kwan once a 41 anya school na de 39 benya school you
mo ene wa manebo ebusuafo yensem twene Ebenezer aye amanebo ena wode akoguo no ye ko ensem foforo emu dumja adwumakuo no wonfa ewo otimantemu no wonom ene electrical wiring professional association ko no aka aboma wonom edi ejahyehyia ho nimdie ene ho adesua ema apomodi nwumefo ena afenso senior high school for wonom ewo mantam no emu no
eyes to be able to identify a looming hazard within their premises, to be able to monitor the activities of others in whatever they are doing. That could be dangerous or could cause fire within there. Then they will be able to have mitigating facilities to prevent those fires that occur. We have also gone in to give them evacuation procedures that in case there is fire in there, somebody should assist those other people that could not get evacuated on their own. That is why we're giving those skills to them and to give them the firefighting skill. Fighting fire with an extinguisher, if you don't try your hands on it, when the real fire is not there, when the real fire comes, you will not be able to gather the confidence, the impetus, and the basic knowledge that you need to be able to use it and use it properly. You might have a very good fire extinguisher, but when it's not properly handled, then you might not be able to extinguish the fire. That could also jeopardize whatever situation that you are in.
No more about my Luciano, Mukobaka, Yada, Mubayi Muchre, near Omaka was our institutional level, no media into practice and Abaya, a bit more preventive fires. When himself with region was Savannah part and the dry season in January, the entire region is exposed to fire outbreaks in so many ways. Sometimes the wiring na war institutions also na enya proper e bin so anyi I bet me cause fire going me free say na ya be and then no is an eye opener out be be say so na ye call back e dey di juma
di na mo so han mo matme a kire mu nwa mo say eja hihie no enye say da hokwa na oja ho anase we ho kelesa ansa na be be dey e betimi ato nti e be sere ati for say we are started na fe ni ahase nti be hia mbo bebre na yatimi ayire e da voice program yi na yatimi ayire educate amafo bebre especially institutions no be say school bi ehihie a afi na aban ebebam no nyesika ketwa no mana e wo office o nyina ho sa nya bio nti say start straight yam kofo e wasa nyoma yi a
Awusanfo yenko eye takrade na ye ne yensem 20 chance agri ento akase bono eso western region na ye atoye mantem na school placement no so ho no sai na esi koso e ho nom Charles otimenka ma hen
mejodo mu ne abesia
ho ye de
nya meja achebo aso
boko pa to akase bono so maye
so aye school placement yi na no ho ensam bebre a yenyim de Ghana ha nyinara amun sam bebre no na say eba oye atoye mantom ha ahade nya sonko enfeel oye nkran na kumase na mokeke ka ho no aha no YouTube in some trofo yeso ye banan call bombardnare ye call oye GS Ghana Education Service one head quarters are always second D na yenye Madam Felicia Okai ono na oye director for GS Western Region you know kwedim komo ye bisanda madam sesiara ye duwa ha de besima dom abonchenku ewo ha yi yehu den no shedo o ndwuma no gudara oro kwado ne sesiara de ono ma obotun wa aka wo hu nyinara yin de so far ne de ma oya ye nsesa kakra ewo ho ni de awofu ne bebre se wo babodu oye na so ye ho na se ebi wo ha student no onya maybe 99 oye math and English in a when your school bebre nara ebonde word one heart to form a woman worusu a wofurusu na no so I about an yohunda man or chede nora aho papa na so onam den hye a owo Ghana additionality no other modnara of a counseling department inti up and the man on yemo from me akọ ona wofuni nara akwekope mu counseling department awotum wo counsel oye awofo na mofama no dem obeya wobotum wa bomodinara we gina pi na wa tro exam fofofo na wetum qualify na waba Now so say eba oye Western region higher bill so ye bisa na about the statistics our had on or direct oye Gloria entry aje on na oja free SHS ano or the enko no na Madam Reba Abamayata say there so far no 50 wukuda what start ya ba pemende due nyimpa no less than 800 na wetum while then while register na wetum while then when your replacement school ahuru na so bebre nara woba no ye we bi ohwa otum okwakafa ne first school na se wenya ebi ohwa third school no mbom na ofan na se third school no fandama na nenyu anje ho nti oba de oba abasa no wetum enya first school no so bandama oye ho bebre dem na so mo ti biara woguda worehwe amanfo na ye bo modinary bisa one day so far no time aye our phone school for no be do why you have a time or check up to be 5 o'clock and a 2 no ebe be able do what 7 and ho be wa bo no na mbi mu kra wa so work at wo ha what the chende we go to ma babo school what the ama oye one number into so far that is the only challenge I will face now so far the yabaka there we tum wa bo modinara wa ye numu dodo na kakre bi na wa aka na wogidi there ntama one kind of one year wage man and now before baby biara or said that on your school when you no system be there say more challenge I want way of on your from when you or aggregate 9 our maths and English more the way of ayana ye so I need one challenge but so far so good Western region has amount for good what success or schools are worrying your baby once I win your baby uncle what did you sheba was when your baby was and see when you be summer bo when you as a say do of our name yamo
yamfa wonsi ha ya waka ni nyina ede amaye edas papa busafo yensem twani Charles Aju amane bo e no de akogo no kasa every Western region at mantem takra de ene yede mu ebekọ mrasibe dwafie na ansa na bekọ mrasibe dwafie no yemfa ba ko bi emfemu em andi samanyoko no eguso a etete aba no na we krampo de atete asaba no tie betumi ede Jessica semu mpuntuo aba ne nyina ne se free me santen ana opposition amanyoko ni Ghana fo binom wonom ano abini mu ede to Ghana banim se eye empanyufo a wom wa ban mu no eyade a wom doso dodo Ghana sika kakra kai agya ye bohu ban ene yede to yi kasa kese V8 no mu ne yeso petrol gumu na yesa bom panyufo hu ka no nti ka beyanka ban eye mpanyufo no mu ye adwuma wonti wo mu size anampo wo dodo no so na nya kuma bisira be betumi aboa ama sika agya yede ebo mo ho bra no betumi atibia to baabi na saa sika no yede aye bibi papa bi ewo omai emu se wuhwemu a sika sama jegu bibia nkoyie na Ghana fo chesa tete no wo hawo ne ahokyere kodie wo ne yefa mu saa na no na wo di koto abanim so a no so hwe wanim saa wonya sampa bi afa nka nkyerɛ na NDC fo se na saa de aban nipa dodo na no mo ye adwuma te so se da beya agya beka kakra bie na yetumi anya sika bi di abo mo ho bra na kakra na aka no se de beto honom wo ma ka ba se twintwene twan anya de obetumi de aye adwuma a chese still na no wontie ye na NDC fo se yaban hwe bibi yo wuti asma ye kan beboa wo asese de omuguso a de saa asem ye to aban ni se otumi etie asem na wo mo kana ebetumi aboa emedicine asem a hoto kakra aba na wei eyensema NDC amanyoko no wonom ede atodwa wempo krata no mo de ba ye ema wo general secretary fiavi court ede nsa ahase a watu bi ede amane Ghana samtro for ma UTV samtro for so yensa etumi aka bi yo I was on for yam famo enko mrasibe dwafie enche ye enam panyufo bi wonom ede wondi bre eto hwada ya eja won boabo mo ho na won apema mpanyi adwane bi ede atena so emu baako ene owura alankwadwo chematen enam so ema na adwa no wode to ho ema sese aban eyononyafo kati hamon se wono enenye osofo a wo hwe adwadie ene enwuma ensam so na yede ma wanye se yede ma wa na ukofa kunya atena so da bi ye betutu nsemisa hodo amane oni ahwese Sadi bene dia maono esefata na betumi aye adwuma na na se na hye dwafie sanse misa no ye toto ede amane wo mu Kati Hammond na edru no so yenko ne yenko hwese di esikro
No, just not captured as part of the record.
Why?
When you bring that information, you can speak to it. Now he's saying that he has never heard what you are reading.
Yeah.
So you
He's never heard about it.
Yes.
That's what he's saying. So I'm just reminding,
please,
that
let's leave it here. Yes,
Mr. Chairman, please, with all respect, what he is talking about, because that has never been in any publication as far as I'm concerned. It isn't the Apple report he's read out there, and it is no other report that he's talked about. I think this should be on record.
Do you have the Apple report?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman.
Would you like to tender?
Of course, Mr. Chairman. It is the only document that I decided to bring around. Please. Whoever is around, Mr. Chairman, they can hand it over to you. I do have it.
The clerk will take it.
Actually, let's publish it as is done in this matter. It's sent to the...
Can we have some order, please? Order.
It is sent to the person who instituted it, and then government puts up the white paper. This is the white paper, its findings and conclusions.
Yes. You said you wanted to ask a question? Yes, proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, let me, first of all, congratulate my uncle, Honorable K.T. Amon. In 2001, the Honorable Dr. Kofi Konedo Apreku was appointed the Minister for Trade and Industry. Subsequently, the Honorable Alan Kojo Chiramartin took over from him. Now, both of them ended up running as flag bearer aspirants of the party. Do you have any such ambition too?
Mr. Chairman, can we move on?
Yes, ask another question.
Mr. Chairman, now that Moako has cooled down, I think I can go to my substantive question. There has been some issue regarding prices of food and more or less commodities in the country, and then partly attributable to price of petroleum products and lorry fare and so on and so forth. So some interministerial committee was put together, and the general sitting to your right is a member of that committee, and I have our colleague Honorable Dambuchi, he was there. The Minister for Trade was also at that meeting, and the Minister for Food and Agriculture. Now, it turns out when we met the market women, we wanted to know the price builder, for instance, what goes into the price of maize. Then we made live calls at the meeting. 300 Ghana cedis, for instance, for a bag of maize, when I made a call from my constituency. The price per bag, lorry fare per bag, was about 30 Ghana cedis. Now, if you add the district assembly charges, loading boys and so on and so forth, that probably will come up to also about 50 Ghana cedis from the analysis that we did, the desktop analysis. But you bring the product down to Accra, and it is sold for 650, between 650 and 800 Ghana cedis. Now, we brought the transporters to that meeting, and they confirmed that this is how much they charge per bag. Now, there was no justification for how much they were charging. And they themselves, realized that, what would you do as Minister for Trade and Industry, for us to be able to get some of these things to go down, especially when the prices of, petroleum products go down, and then the lorry fare, Ministry of Transport engage the transport operators, and then the lorry fares go down. We have to find some cascading down of the prices. What would you do if you were given the nod by this committee?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, yes. It's a difficulty, compounded by what has become the local mantra. The dollar is, CD is, Honorable Ahi, is he here? My brother Ahi, if he's not here. The dollar is appreciating the CD is appreciating the dollar, and because of that, water is the dollar, everything. It's pretty disturbing. Mr. Chairman, just about 3-4 days ago, there was some discussion with the cement and these other manufacturers association, and this whole matter, it's not so much about maize and transportation alone. Basically, prices of many of these products and items. And the question really is, what goes into the price metrics? And it's a difficulty. It's really a difficulty. The general is sitting here. We've had a serious argument. Listen, General, can we not go back to command economy? I mean, put prices, command, and we have a good laugh. Well, those are the jump-on days and others. You cannot have those things. It's free trade now, and so people decide on how they want to price their commodities, but price it within some confines. It's not free for all kind of situation. So I understand, but as I said, I've read things that I'm comfortable about. The government is grappling with this by the scruff of the neck. We can just give free rein to everybody, Mr. Chairman, to decide on how they price the item. It's not good. I went out there to buy some plantain the other day myself, and in the end there was a little argument with the lady. Poor lady, I ended up giving them some money. Some plantain, 2 sticks, fingers of plantain, she said was 20 or whatever. In the end, she said to me, sir, I mean, in all of this, what I get is this. And that it is the market, what the drivers, the whatever. Listen, take all the money.
Do you think that the consumer protection
for young call ahumano so na yeni esem treni okofa nsam eba efiri mrashebedefie Emmanuel Akoli enso akase bono eso na ne nyina mu no NDC for e de krata abase nipa e wo aban mu no wo mo dose dodo ntin ke beyanka eja omampanyi wonti nipa dodo no so na yenya sika mfa mo oban ho bra e no msampo ekire mu sei eja mpanyimfo ministerial nominees ya yetutu nsemisa hodo mane wo mo se di bread mo mo na se fata no ase se kwa keti ha mo na aduru mo so no edis for the atodwa se nka beya nka meyenje wo mo ntum meyenje wo mo ntum sanse nipa no wo mo do so do se se meka se vet no so wo mo ewo ho bianu nti eden e no mo eka yima sa wutime nka ubeyi sa asemisa we ano ede amame ma hen
yenia
wo ko de
yo selia we kan achechi mo no NDC party no at the letter about our minority for no say a banner say appointment committee the you not say a basse yenji aswa for our maba committee minimum to more mawamu to and pay yenji want to
okay
now let's no by and okay minority for experience and church for no pano answer na bet no private chance here and then no only and central for each year na asema Dr. So forth and minority leader edituga edese one minority for no appointment committee sitting no omo be ko hono mo omo fa ko tinemu on be bisa mpanyifo ebeba committee lenimu ensem senia de bia no one members e wo committee no so no wen adwuma no na mo no se eba de se ye ba de je won atumu a enya ade a minority for ebefo asofe omu the party yenji sa nominees entumu ombe tweetia mpanyimfo na eba committee n'anim no the committee ni wie na ye the question no the two won anim a omo say the bia no omo the two president ni so omo anim ayedin inti no number of ministers as you say ye dey say the otri inum 85 no president and so crime they say around 65 for no na omo aka president intie na nansia na ministers ni bi ede wodi bre no eto ho no mo say trade and industry ala honorable Lanchem rural Lanchem and a great minister Dr. Efia Kutu also the need eto ho no mo and in nanka we opportunity a president no on ko boni papupu bi din say or unepa apupu bi din so mo be che wa nemu nemu asoapo na e wo ho na no anko betumi abubo bi din say wo mo enhwe those ministries na ministers na resign say ministers of state ni bia o mo president office no president betumi abubo wundin say anka won no o mo nkofia sa ministries so and almost the ministries ni bi wo ho a president betumi akika bo mu say information any communication transport any railways, chieftaincy, any tourism, sanitation, and local government and rural development, fisheries, any agriculture, almost say president and kind ministries in Mbumu, Nemeye Bakwe, Kobanasa, Ebeboa, Ama ministries number no, ministers number no, Eswati, it is a Abua Matikasem, how mine no. Bible send ministers and so about this CB scanner at the football and system minority for 82 years, Jenny, almost be able to say, and yes, almost go take ya. You can put ya better one of it, and then one person can't assemble et or minor. Said that TV say you go to my NDC no bet na kunyana so a idea NDC for the ministers are president no the ministers are we ka krebi na momodi egu o minor
mo ene wa mane boy busan for yensem hwani Emmanuel Akoli amane boy ene ode akogo no akasa efri o memra se bedwofie Parliament House ye to akasa bo no eso wosofo a wono ene hwe akwan ne kwantempon so no nyamfo akosia mu akwanta akasa dia to dwa se woni e asisi adan asimi ahodoa ensuo ewo ofanko barrier moose na afren so eye abofu no enche yebesum saada ni nyina da e de agufo
to Ofanko Road on N6 was constructed from a 2-lane single carriageway to a 3-lane dual carriageway in the year 2012. The total length that was reconstructed is 5.7 kilometers. It forms part of the urban section of the dualization of the Accra-Kumasi Road project. Mr. Speaker, I want to touch on the causes of flooding on the Achimota-Ofanko Road. The flooding on this road, precisely the Shell fuel station, Old Peace FM, Ofanko barrier, is due to encroachment on the outflow of the drains that collect runoff water from the road and adjoining land. In addition, the hydraulic capacity of the drains has been reduced by accumulation of silt and refuse. Currently, Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Highway Authority will collaborate with the Regional Coordinating Council, the Metropolitan Municipal Assemblies, and the National Security to demolish all structures on the waterways to allow the free flow of water. Meanwhile, Mr. Speaker, Ghana Highway Authority will desilt the drains.
Editu Jasa Ofanko and some kwantempon say akwakodi contractors in some wonum eye no one year we japade yabubu egu no aban etua 40 million Ghana cedis and a day ama wonum.
Mr. Speaker, in my answer, I have said that majority of the project affected persons have been paid the right compensation due them. Some other people went and after the payment, some of the properties were leased out after the original owners had been paid. And government will never pay compensation twice. And there are others too who encroach on the road corridor reserved for road construction. They also did that illegally. And I want to make this point that anybody who encroaches on the right of way and who also do so despite all the warnings that we give, government will not go ahead to pay compensation to people who illegally do that. But as indicated in my answer,
I was on for so na ye bie kwan ama agudie mu nsam abrante bongo de fara e de abetwa so ye twa ho basisia.